I could see the 4K resolution, obviously. Demi, this is a mid-90 game. Shh. Anyways, let's get going. DOSBox having its fun time. Hey everyone, this is AestheticGamer, and that's Merit, I suppose. We're playing Harvester, which is an old F&B game. We'll let the old name play here. And immediately they want us to know the good old gameplay tips. Also, Dusk Golem. Dusk Golem's been my username on the internet since like the mid-2000s. 10 years now. Howdy, Saxon. Ammunition is precious, so don't waste it. This game is an ammunition system? Okay. Let's take my mouse in hand then. Show tips. I guess. See what it has to say. If you get stuck on a puzzle, try using items in crazy illogical ways. Oh dear. If that's an actual tip for the game, I have a feeling I might have to reference a walkthrough. Save your game often, especially before trying something crazy, illogical, or dangerous. Okay. Holding down the control button plus the arrow keys allows you to attack opponents. I wasn't even really aware this game had a combat system, but like, okay. Look before you leap. Yai. The help screen can be helpful, or better yet, read the manual. Yeah, okay. This is the Steam version of the game. I'm pretty sure it didn't come with the manual. You can pick your friends, and you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. I guess that may be true. Right-clicking on some objects in inventory shows a close-up of that object. Invigorating. Right-clicking on weapons in inventory activates and deactivates them. Press escape to bring up menu options. You can combine objects and new objects by clicking and dragging them on one another. Sound levels can be adjusted in the options menu. Screen too dark? Try adjusting the gamma in the options menu. Check your photo on the inventory screen. It'll get worse as you take more damage. Look for special items that will restore your health. I could exit at the same time as stream them. After finding required items during the day, night will be the time of mischievous adventure. Double-click the left mouse button on an exit to go through instantly. Use the right mouse button to attack an opponent. Left-click on your character or press the I to view inventory. Left-click on the object to grab it, and right-click it to put it in inventory. A penny saved is hardly worth the effort. Use the left mouse button to move your character around the screen. If you are stuck on a puzzle, talk to other characters and they will give you clues. Avoid cliches like the plague. Ammunition is precious, so don't waste it. If you get stuck on a puzzle, try using items in crazy illogical ways. Okay, I think we're with loops now. Alright. I guess I can examine my inventory. So there is in fact a photo of me. It's a health indicator is what it says. Double clicking it, right clicking doesn't do anything. Well, that's cool. Right now it's spring 1953, so let's examine the bed and stuff. The mattress is speckled with odd stains. He just punched like no other. Okay, I'm done being amused by that. Let's look at this, examine this. A 1/48 scale P-47 Thunderbolt with broken propeller. Is this your room? Do you just have toy airplanes hanging down from ropes? I guess so. A hastily glued P-51 Mustang in exact 1/36 scale. It seems like it's airplanes. Let's investigate this. I can make him move around like this. Look at that clunky animation. Okay, I can examine the basketball. An official Dust Bowl basketball autographed by GPF. He seems to love his miscellaneous things here. Alright, let's examine the plant. I recently watered plastic plant. What? Why would you water if it's plastic? The water's just gonna sit there. Examine the picture. Photo of a beautiful girl, blonde, about 17 years old. Are you a pedophile? What? Examine the binoculars. Is he under 18? I don't know. Examine the binoculars. A pair of plastic binoculars with lenses melted onto the table. That must have been some intense sun heat coming from the windows there. A handful of faded hardbacks litter the lower shelf. Okay. Obviously some fat high school girl left it there. The clarinet. What? Record player. Paper Dolly by the Mills Brothers sits on the turntable. I recently watered plastic plant, another one even. Examine the saddle shoes with the laces knotted together. Examine the chair. A cheap folding chair such as you find at swap meets and bingo parlors and other religious gatherings. That's religious. Examine the closet, I guess. 7 flannel shirts accompanied with matching blue jeans are hanging neatly in the closet. Okay, let's examine the dresser. The dresser drawer is unlocked. Oh, can we examine it? Yes, we can. Inside, we'll find a few things. I guess we can examine the pen. Chew marks are visible on the end of this ballpoint pen. That's a bad habit. I guess I can pick up and put in my inventory. A 25-cent piece dated 1952. Pick that up too. I'm starting to figure out what these icons mean. Nothing else really to examine besides these sunglasses. As of yet, the future isn't so bright. Okay. Else to really comment on in here? I guess not, so let's exit out of this because there's a convenient exit sign right there. Examine the mirror. You peer through a thin layer of dust at your reflection. Sure. Trash can. An empty trash can can be so clean you could eat from it. Oh dear, I'm also going to save my game continuously because that's what the game told me to do. Look at all those save files I can have. Let's go with one. I want to call it AestheticGamer is my first one, I guess. Let's save. There I go. Anything under the bed? No, I guess the wall clock. One of your typical wall clocks. There is nothing about that wall clock that is typical, I should mention. The light, illumination, and the key is the key to visibility? I think I already looked at that. So, let's go on out. Yeah, there's an exit sign here. So, sure, walk your way there in your janky little motions. There's a creepy cowboy FMV boy sitting in front of the television there. Let me first examine the room, examine the globe. A stunning depiction of the Earth made of paper mache. That's a globe. That doesn't look like paper mache at all. It's a very well done paper mache job if it is. Examine the plant. A recently wired plastic plant. That's an exit. Examine the kitchen window. A pass-through for the kitchen. Pass-through for the kitchen. Examine clock. A pendulum-driven cuckoo clock with the cuckoo oddly absent. Of course, makes that sound. Okay. Examine the cabinet. Fine bone china gleams from mahogany shelves. Okay, there's a lot of miscellaneous things to examine. I don't know. I mean, I guess I should observe everything because it's one of those adventure games. You have to like look at everything. Examine newspaper. A box full of newspapers. Let's see, how about the fire hydrant? How about this? Coloring book. A box of crowns and a Range Rider coloring book. Alright. Sofa, no. Recently wired plastic plant. Examine the television. An old-fashioned console television. Besides my Kung Fu accent, I guess that we will examine him now. Let's talk to him.
What?
Who are you? Who am I? Where am I? Who am I?
A lousy rat. And you better be quiet or you'll wake Daddy up.
Giddy up. Keyword. Daddy.
Your dad is asleep?
He and Mom went at it last night pretty hard. He stayed in bed. I saw what she did to him. It was pretty bad.
What did she...
Like you don't know. I saw you and her on the couch last Wednesday night. Guess that's why she's grounded now, huh? Too bad you wouldn't pay me and I had to tell, huh?
What are you talking about? What girl?
What? Is there another one too? Wait till I tell.
Girl.
I don't know what girl you're talking about.
All summer, it's been Stephanie this and Stephanie that. And now you don't remember? You think I'm dumb or something?
No, I just can't remember anything, like I said.
Well, you better remember quick, because the wedding's in 2 weeks.
What?
Leave me alone so I can watch TV.
TV?
That's a weird-looking television. Come to think of it, this whole place looks totally retro.
What do you mean retro? All TVs look alike.
Sure, basically. But this is one old-fashioned clunker.
Old-fashioned? It's brand new.
Yeah, but look at the tube. Where's the remote control?
What's that?
Now that I think about it, I can't remember.
And what was that you said about retro rockets?
No, retro. It means... Oh man, I know what I mean. That everything here is wrong. But I can't picture the difference.
Then shut up and quit bugging me. I'm watching my cowboy show.
I love the way he says, my cowboy show. A cowboy show, sure.
Have you noticed that your show is in black and white?
What else? Color? On a TV?
Well, I think I've seen a color television before.
Have not. Quit it or I'm gonna tell.
Hey, look at that. Your mother lets you watch this stuff?
Sure. This is part of history. What made America great. And besides, blood and guts are needed.
Little kids should watch on. You're right. This is really neat. That's my response.
I'm glad you're catching on, Steve. You're not too bad for a lousy rat.
Cowboy show.
Have you noticed that your show is in black?
What?
Oh, we can just talk about that too.
Well, you can't stop me, so let me alone, or else.
Let me alone? Well, who are you?
Say what?
Giddy up!
Say what?
Okay, I'm done.
Good. Finally.
What the fuck did I just skip?
Good. Finally.
Something was about to start playing. You know what? I'm gonna see some different dialogue options because I want to see that goddamn FMV. There's something that's starting to play, but I didn't expect something about to play, so just fucking. Not to mention, I didn't really do much of anything, have I? Leave me alone. Finally. Okay, I got everything already, so I can just go and see. I'm not gonna do this for every conversation. I'm gonna do it in this case because I skipped an FMV and he's the first guy we're gonna talk to.
What?
Where am I?
In the doghouse if you keep bugging me. Because I'm sick, and I'll tell Mom if you won't let me watch TV.
Sick. TV. Mom. Mom?
Mom's in the kitchen, and if you bug me, I'll call her.
Look, do you know me?
Wish I didn't, because then you wouldn't be my brother, and I'd have your room, and all the presents at Christmas. Though I will soon enough anyway, because you're a lousy rat.
You're my brother?
No, duh.
Listen, I don't mean to, bug you, but I can't seem to remember anything. Will you please just tell me who you are?
Mom, Steve is bugging me.
Steve, leave Hank alone right now.
Steve.
Steve. Are you talking to me?
Yeah, only I don't want to be, because I'm trying to watch my cowboy show.
I'm sorry. Look, I'm telling you, I need your help. I've lost my memory.
Have not. Cut it out.
I'm telling you the truth.
You always were a kidder, Steve. Leave me alone. I'm sick.
Sick.
What's wrong with you?
I got a headache and a stomachache.
Then why aren't you in bed?
'Cause I want to watch my cowboy show.
You look all right to me.
I'm not faking. I couldn't go to school because I'm sick. Daddy's sick in bed too. And Mom believes me anyway. So shut up.
Shit it. School.
Okay, why not just tell me where I am?
'Cause that's a dumb question. And you're not fooling me with that magnesia stuff.
Amnesia, you mean? All right, fine. But will you at least tell me what school you go to?
The same school everyone in Harvest graduates from. One way or another.
What's that?
I don't understand.
I'm with
You're
him.
not supposed to. Yet.
What the fuck is he talking about? We'll find out, I guess. Okay, cowboy show.
Have you noticed that your show is in black and white?
What else?
We already heard this, so yeah.
Hey, look at
Shh. What may. And besides,
You're right, that is really neat.
I'm glad you're
Alright, let's say bye.
good. Finally.
Old-fashioned television. What's with that random flash in the... What? Bye.
Good.
I
Finally.
didn't click anything that time. Okay, whatever. I'm going to save my game, because it says save constantly, so I have to talk with him again. Save. Let's go talk to Mom, I guess. Mom, I'm coming. There's a baby in the crib. Let me just examine the walls then. And next, I'll punch him on the way out, okay? People keep on saying punch the kid. I'll do it later. An expertly embroidered old-fashioned wall plaque. Alright, examine the cabinet. A cabinet smells of dirty diapers. Why would they stuff dirty diapers in the closet? Examine the cookies. These cookies are hot out of the oven. Can I grab one? Okay. I like the 50s editor music that's playing in the background. Knives gleam wickedly in the kitchens and pizzicato glow. Alright. So the trash can. Freshly baked cookies are in the trash can. What? Cookies are baking in the oven. There's a lot of cookies around here, aren't there? A newborn is sleeping soundly. A fireman Sparky's super foamy fire extinguisher. Alright, obviously I guess we should talk. Mom.
Well, hello there. How about some cookies? There's plenty of rejects in the trash.
Who are you?
That's a fine way to talk to your mother.
You're my mother?
That's right. Though sometimes I get treated like the hired help around here.
I don't remember you.
Of course you don't. Until you need your socks washed.
No, you don't understand. I can't remember where I am or even who I am.
Land's sake, stop your joshing, won't you? Honestly, Steve, I thought you'd grow up a little after graduation. I only hope that new job will plant your feet on the ground.
So that's my name. Steve.
Your name will be M.U.D. Mud if you don't stop teasing me, young man.
Listen, this may sound strange, but I've lost my memory. Do you believe me?
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve.
I'm serious.
Sure, and next you'll be telling me you don't remember Hank and your little sister.
Some of that dialogue. What? Why'd you tell me to take the cookies from the trash can? What? Okay. Graduation, I guess, is what I'm going to start with. Maybe I should keep some of these keywords so I can ask her about it. Charity bake sale. I'll remember that. Cookies, Hank's sister. Graduation, I'll start with that.
When did I graduate?
4 months ago, as if you could forget that.
What college?
College? A high school diploma is all you need to get a job. And besides, you can't marry Stephanie if you're going to waste your time going to college. 18 years old and you're just now getting your first job. It's a disgrace, but better late than never. I guess we can thank Stephanie for that.
Cookies. Actually, I'll do that later. Let's talk about Stephanie here.
And just who is Stephanie?
Don't you dare toy with that sweet girl. If you start in on her with all this amnesia poop, she'll think her fiancé is having second thoughts about the wedding.
Wedding.
Look, all this talk about weddings is nuts. I'm not marrying anybody till I figure out what's going on here.
First the heartbreak of psoriasis, and now this. 2 weeks before the wedding and you're backing out. Whatever will the neighbors think?
I can't marry someone I don't even know.
Fine, have it your way, but leave me out of it. If you're going to break Stephanie's heart, you march right next door and do it yourself. And don't expect me to write you a note.
Fiance.
Fiancé? This is insane!
Oh, you're not having second thoughts about marrying Stephanie? Is that what this silliness is all about? Pre-wedding jitters?
Can something like that produce amnesia?
Stop this foolishness right now and count your blessings. Stephanie is great at cooking and cleaning.
Cooking and cleaning, I guess.
What's cooking and cleaning got to do with anything?
Honestly, boys are so dense. What else is there for a wife but cooking and cleaning? You may not appreciate a hot meal on a clean plate when it's there, but if it wasn't, we'd hear about it soon enough, I'll bet.
You're saying that's all there is to marriage? Cooking and cleaning?
Well, you'll have to ask your father about that, but I'm sure Stephanie will do her duty when the time comes.
Duty.
Bless your innocence, but there are certain disgusting truths that go along with marriage. Facts that can't be disguised by sheets which wrap around the contours of flexing go-go's and bouncing legs. You can't know what I'm talking about, and that's best. When the time comes to make a baby with Stephanie, you'll have to make your peace with the fact that when a farmer plants his seed, he can't help but get some nasty dirt on his hoe.
What? Okay, father. Sure.
My father.
He's in the other room. He decided to sleep in today. Now please, let me get back to my cookies.
Cookies.
The bake sale is on Friday, and yet you're baking the cookies now.
Never put off till tomorrow what you can do today.
But they'll be stale by then.
That's why I'm throwing them away.
And then cooking more?
To replace the ones I throw out.
Why?
Well, I have to. No one's going to pay to eat stale cookies out of the garbage can.
But you expect me to.
Of course not, Steve. I wouldn't charge you. I'm your mother. Help yourself.
Okay, charity bake sale.
What charity is this bake sale supposed to benefit?
It'll help provide a fund for bums and hobos who wander into harvest and have no family ties.
Kind of a specific target group, isn't it?
You have to pay attention to detail when dealing with such people.
I don't know what you mean.
You will. The whole thing has been organized by the lodge.
Tell me more about this bake sale. Why is it so important?
As I told you, many unfortunates who come to harvest end up needing financial help.
Why is that the town's problem?
It's not a problem, so long as those folks are taken care of. It's the will of the lodge.
On account this is called Harvester, I feel like that's important, but let's talk about the lodge.
What lodge?
The Hall of the Order of the Harvest Moon, Steve. It's just the finest place in Harvest, and the most exclusive.
What's so great about it?
Hard to say, since hardly anyone gets inside. But it wouldn't be so exclusive if it wasn't just wonderful. Just like the new Reynolds dishwasher with their patented auto-dry process, TM. I've never used one, but I know I want it. Instead of sulking around the house all day, why not walk over to the lodge and apply for membership?
I'll first say I'm looking into it, and then I'll see if I can say the other option or not.
That's wonderful, Steve. If you got into the lodge, you'd be the talk of Harvest.
Speaking of Harvest...
Harvest is a town unlike any you've ever known.
In what way?
I don't have time to go into it now. Why not take a walk around town and pester someone else? I'm busy.
We never talked about the sister thing.
Sister?
Shh, you'll wake her. I just put her down to sleep. If she wakes up, she'll just want to eat again. Darn it, I'm busy, and if you think I'm going to play along with this nonsense, you're crazier than Sparky down at the firehouse.
Fine. Maybe I am crazy. I can't rule that out. Why can't you just help me a little? Is that too much to ask?
Now you've done it. Are you happy? Poor baby. There, there. Did your brother scare you? Let me see. Darn that wasp woman. She's a monster, that's what she is.
Okay. Sparky and Wasp Woman. I'll start with Sparky, I guess.
Who's Sparky?
Who cares about that prancing, fire hydrant squatting sissy boy right now? Your sister's eating a tarantula and you're still fooling around.
If she's my sister.
Enough! Go bother Hank or Stephanie, why don't you? I'm trying to bake cookies.
Hank? That kid over by the television?
Your little brother is homesick from school today, and I won't have you scaring him with this amnesia poop.
Is he really sick?
Look at the show he's watching. Wouldn't you say he's sick? I'd make him stop, but oh, I'm so busy baking cookies for the Harvest PTA Charity Bake Sale. It's on Friday, you know. I hope you're still planning on going.
I don't know. I need to think.
Honestly, skipping out of a charity affair. What's gotten into you?
I don't know, damn it! That's what I'm telling you!
Don't you dare use that language around me. You're lucky your father didn't hear you. Or Stephanie, for that matter. How do you think she'd feel knowing her fiancé was a guttermouth?
It's gotta be the Wasp Woman. Wasp Woman.
Wasp woman?
Tetsuya Crumb is going to hear about this. I want you to go to her house right now and give her a piece of my mind.
I don't know where she lives.
Honestly, you can't miss a house covered with paper nests. Steve, you tell her to mind her own beeswax, or by golly, I'll take it up with the PTA. Or the lodge.
What's the PTA got to do with anything?
Show some respect, Steve. The PTA has a lot of clout in Harvest. We run the charity bake sale, the annual blood drive, and by gosh, we even have ties to the lodge.
Annual blood drive, huh?
If you knew how much blood we get, you'd be more impressed. Donations are mandatory, Steve. If you're still here come Sunday, you'll be expected to give.
Until it hurts, I suppose.
Until it hurts. Even Hank will have to donate. Of course, lodge members are exempt. Remember that.
Hey, either way, no one's sticking me with a needle.
We don't use needles.
What? Okay. Well, that was something.
Don't forget to put the papers out for Jimmy. You know how he gets.
Is this a Pseudo 50s timeline? Well, anyways, how I go. After my sister ate tarantulas, why not? I guess I came from this room, so I'm gonna go to this room. Examine the master bedroom. The master bedroom door is firmly locked. I guess this is just my room. Quote unquote my room, because my character doesn't really seem to remember anything. And this definitely does strike as not a normal situation. Oh, so I need to go punch the boy, right? Here I come, Jimmy. I can't walk towards him. I can't punch him because I can't walk towards him. I wonder if I can punch my mom. No, I can't punch my mom. That's unfortunate. Let's go. On to the next room. Jimmy James. Examine the disc. A day glow LIMA space disc stuck on the roof. Let's go talk to Jimmy James then. Sure.
Hey, Steve, I'm Jimmy James. Remember me?
I guess not.
Hey, how come you haven't been putting the paper out for me in the morning? Yeah? Well, try to remember, will ya? How'd you expect a working Joe to make an honest living? You don't put the paper out, I'm out of a job.
So what? You don't get paid for picking up papers anyway.
The Sentinel building burnt down. What the heck else am I supposed to do? Listen, start putting that paper out and everything will be jake, okay? That's all I want. That and a pair of sneakers. Walking this route every day has worn holes in mine. Say, you got any spare sneakers? Whoa, that's great. Maybe we could trade.
What could you give me?
You know Miss Whaley and Principal Harold down at the school? Well, I found out they're messing around with each other in the broom closet. I can tell you when they meet and trade you some keys that'll let you catch them red-handed. What do you say? Before I give away the keys, let me see those sneakers.
First the keys, then the sneakers.
Nuh-uh. If you're trying to pull a fast one on me, forget it. You don't get the keys till I see the sneakers. And that's that. See you later, alligator.
Okay. Well, I know that there's sneakers here, or saddle shoes. Saddle shoes with knots tied, I guess so. That's why I thought I was going to trade with them. I guess Jimmy James just wants me to get him some... Oh, he's gone now. Wants some good old sneakers. Examine the security bars. There are security bars fastened to the window with Phillips head screws. I guess I'm going to have to do something with that eventually. I guess I have to click my character. I don't have much of my inventory besides this pen and this quarter. I have a feeling I'm going to need to use a walkthrough definitely on this game. We'll find out as time goes on. Let's examine the power lines. High voltage power lines bathe your home in a wholesome old-fashioned electromagnetic field. You feel their humming in your dreams. Examine the antenna. Steel barbs with wrench signals from the naked air. My mailbox. It's full of junk, mails, bills, and bake sale flyers. Air conditioner. An army surplus air conditioner. Well, guess I'll go this way. I didn't talk to my dad, so... Oh, let me go back to my house. I guess there's actually an overview here. I'll operate the master bedroom. The master bedroom door is firmly locked. Yes, it is. Old Dad obviously doesn't want to hear from me right now, so let's go. Oh, there's like different parts of town I can go to. I guess I'm visiting my girlfriend first. Potsdam residence? I guess I'll start there. Potsdam residence. This is supposedly where my fiance lives, I guess. Examine the birds. They're living dangerously. God dang this game's dialogue. Examine the window. The overhead window is shaped like a wagon wheel. In the window. The glass is so clear the reflection makes it difficult to see. It's too high to look into. The garage needs a new paint job. Okay, well, I guess we'll enter. I am home, fiance. The cabinet, a funerary urn, and the cabinet's sole occupant. What's up with this music? A giant mutant asparagus, inexplicably robust given the fact that it's encased in red concrete. Perhaps the healthful electromagnetic fields of harvest? Ashtray. The ashtray is shaped like a particular human organ, which shall remain nameless. Alright, the man of the house squeezing his meat. Oh dear. Well, I mean, he is literally squeezing meat, but yeah. Tree over there, examine the bookcase. The empty shelves are a testament to the postmodern household's rigorous intellectual standards. The upholstery is stained after years of profuse sweating. Examine the TV. No. We're just gonna talk then, sir, after the sofa. Almost made of leather. Polyester. Let's go. Oh, I did not mean to skip his dialogue. Sorry, sir. I've lost my memory. I've come over to see Stephanie. I've lost my memory. Let's see that.
What a card.
Would I kid about something like that? Why won't you believe me?
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve. Your mother just telephoned us about your latest shenanigans. Isn't that right, Mrs. Potsdam?
Sure did, Mr. Potsdam. You little rascal.
Imagination's a swell thing to have, in small amounts. Man needs to keep his feet on the ground, especially if he's getting married. Tell me, is your father feeling better? Is he going back to the slaughterhouse anytime soon?
So I should remember a few of these. If you guys can help me remember these, I'd be grateful. Slaughterhouse, father, marriage, amnesia. I'll start with the slaughterhouse, but there's also father, marriage, and amnesia.
I can't imagine a better job than working in a slaughterhouse.
I'll just try and appease my new stepdad.
Sure, it'd be just dandy. And you can't argue with success. Everyone in Harvest gets their meat from your dad. What a grand business to go into. Oh, sure, cutting animals open may not be much fun. Reaching into their bodies and yanking out the bloody guts, intestines dangling and slapping against you, the smell of death and shit in your nostrils all the time. Well, those are all definite cons. But once you're done, the guts have been washed into the gutters. What are you left with? Meat. Rows and rows of scrumptious red meat.
Let's talk about meat.
Meat is the foundation of any decent society. Everyone needs at least 3 servings of red meat a day. And anyone who says otherwise is a commie. And once you're married to Stephanie, I'll be part of the family too. And your father will give me all the meat I want. Kind of makes up for not getting into the lodge.
So wait, you're letting me marry your daughter so you can get all the meat you want? Let's talk about lodge.
Why are you so anxious to get into the lodge?
There's wonders inside. I've heard there's more meat in there than they know what to do. Now that you're of age, Steve, you might go down to the post office and fill out a lodge application. They're always looking for new blood.
Tell me about this wedding.
Well, it looks like we're going to have to hold the wedding down at the funeral parlor, since I'm not a member of the lodge. Mr. Moynihan has given his okay, and your father is going to cater the affair, with plenty of meat.
Two people who typically don't get in the lodge marry at a funeral home? Mr. Moynihan, though. Sure.
Moynihan is the undertaker. He also runs the Wayward Hotel. Since he's providing the space for the wedding, you might stop by and say hello to him, just to be sociable. But whatever you do, be sure to say hi to your father for me. Will you do that? Tell him hi, and remind him of the meat.
I think he wants to make out with my dad and have all his meat. Okay, shut up. Father, sure.
I haven't seen my father. He's locked in a room. I hear him moaning, but that's all.
He's not going to die, is he?
Like I said, I don't know. That woman, Mom, tends to him herself.
Well, next time you see him, be sure to tell him that I said hello. And tell him that I'm praying for his speedy recovery. And also, would you remind him about the meat? Especially about the meat.
Yeah, fine. If I see him.
You should be more concerned. If he dies, then who's going to take over the slaughterhouse? Who's going to tend to the meat? I guess as his son, you'd take over. Right?
I don't think we actually talked about Stephanie. Why is Stephanie grounded? I really need to see Stephanie. I guess that's why she's grounded.
Well, don't look at me. Mrs. Potsdam wants Stephanie to study hard for her finals. If it was up to me, you could go straight upstairs, but you know, the little woman, you'll have to ask her permission to see Stephanie. Sorry, Steve. The last thing I want to do is upset you and your father before the wedding. Not with the meat at stake. You will remind your dad about the meat, won't you?
I like how he's like, just as long as I have some of that meat, you can do whatever you want with my daughter. Oh, remind your dad about the meat. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with it. I think we're done. Okay. Bye. Guess I'll go say hi to the mother character. Let's look around here, examine the counter. The entire kitchen has a minty fresh looking scent. Cabinets. The entire kitchen has a minty fresh looking scent. I guess that's just everything. A plastic plant with freshly watered soil, along with little styrofoam balls. Alright. And the table. The entire kitchen is minty fresh. Yeah, I know. I kind of figured that out. Bushes are preventing it from opening. There are literally bushes just blocking the door. The ice box is locked. Alright, let's talk Mrs. Potsdam? Sure.
Hello, Steve. Have you flossed today?
You look just like my mom, except for your hair. I like to see Stephanie. I like to see, what's her name? Stephanie. You do look just like my mom, just with different hair, don't you?
Honestly, you men can insult a woman without even knowing you've done it. What a horrible thing to say.
You're both standing around baking cookies. Same cut of dress. Same pearls. So bizarre.
There's nothing bizarre about baking cookies. The Harvest Charity Bake Sale is Friday, you know, and by gosh, Mrs. Marvin Potsdam Jr. can be counted on to do her share.
Pearls and bake sale. I guess pearls first.
Just because I'm doing housework doesn't mean I have to be a drudge. It's a wife's duty to look good for her husband at all times. What's wrong with wearing pearls, for heaven's sake?
Nothing, but you look like June Cleaver. Some kind of sitcom mom.
Sitcom?
Geez, you know, a situation comedy. The weird part is, I can't remember how I know that.
I'm much too busy with housework to watch TV. Maybe Mr. Potsdam would know about sitcoms. Stephanie doesn't watch TV, though. She's grounded.
Okay. Mrs. Potsdam, I've got grounded in bake sale so far.
You mustn't be too hard on Mr. Potsdam, Steve. He's a disappointed man. No matter how many lodge admission forms he fills out, they keep turning him down. He has a new application in, though, so keep your fingers crossed. If he joins the lodge, you and Stephanie can have your wedding in the Chapel of Love, rather than over at Moynihan's place.
This is Moorhan, lodge wedding. So lodge, wedding, bake sale. What was the last one? Marriage? Mrs. Monahan or wedding? I don't know. Lodge, wedding, bake sale.
Mr. Moynihan runs the Wayward Hotel and the Shady Oaks Funeral Parlor.
It's rumored he has connections with the lodge, but the order keeps that kind of thing secret. So Mr. Potsdam has tried to get him to put in a good word for his lodge application, but so far...
Mr. Potsdam.
You mustn't be too hard on Mr. Potsdam, Steve.
Oh, yeah, I just heard that. Lodge wedding. I guess lodge, wedding, and bake sale.
What can you tell me about the lodge?
Just that they're exclusive and secretive. If you're curious, you ought to pick up a lodge application at the post office and take it over to the sergeant-at-arms. Isn't that a thought? Forget Mr. Potsdam. If you became a member of the order, we could hold the wedding inside the lodge. My, wouldn't that be lovely?
Wedding, obviously.
Tell me about this wedding.
Well, it's set for 3 weeks. We're holding it over at Shady Oaks, Mr. Moynihan's funeral parlor.
Say what?
Now, I know it's not a very romantic place, but there's nowhere else to hold it, thanks to Mr. Potsdam.
Talked about both of these, so let's talk instead about the bake sale.
This charity bake sale. What is it supposed to benefit?
Oh, I dislike talking about gruesome subjects. When you get right down to it, all charity is pretty ugly, isn't it?
I don't follow.
Ask Mr. Moynihan. He's organized this event. In conjunction with the lodge, naturally. Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Bye.
Give my regards to your parents.
Well, what type of bake sale are they holding if they're all acting like this towards it? Up to the front.
Sorry. You'll have to ask Mrs. Potsdam for permission to see Stephanie. She's in the kitchen.
Alright, I need to ask about Stephanie, don't I?
Hello, dear. Come to see Stephanie, have you?
Yes, please.
She's upstairs. Go right on up. Just remember, she's grounded until the wedding.
Bye.
Give my regards to your parents.
Well, up I go. I guess I came from here. I don't know what any of these are. Examine the plant. How plastic plants go. This one seems cool. It's made of high-tech Tupperware. This plaque has had its metal plate removed. This device is slowly releasing noxious-smelling chemicals into the hallway. Several books about red meat and its importance to living well. It's, you know, one of those things. A pair of Kremik baby's shoes. These books are obviously fakes. Your makeup looks just fine. Okay, let's try this one out. This is the bathroom. This plastic plant's apparently dead. The picture on the wall is hanging a bit crooked. We're not a creep at all. Also, why is she wearing like a lingerie bathing suit? Examine the medicine cabinet. The medicine cabinet reeks of various toiletries. He's kind of examining this. Yep. Let's see what I can get. Examine the aspirin. Got a headache? This aspirin should do the trick. Guess I'll take it. A bar of extra strength Orwell. Great for getting in and out of tight spots. Am I just picking up everything from the medicine cabinet? 1 hour cough medicine. I'm just taking everything. Warning, yeast disinfectant not to be used for baking cookies. Okay. New zippy vitamins will pick you up. I'm just taking everything from the tampons. Tampons. Better ask Stephanie about these. I say as I pick them up. Examine the toothpaste. Do be sure to roll up with the tube from the bottom. Examine the floss. Dental floss. 300 yards of it. Well, Band-Aid is scattering of Band-Aids. After basically cleaning up their good old medicine cabinet. Let's see what else I can see. It's covered with what appears to be toothpaste, pubic hair, and snot. She's purty. Someone's been using this plastic plant as a toilet. This window affords a spectacular view of aluminum siding. Toilet. I can operate it. Wads of used tissues fill the trash can. Some of them stuck to the sides. The towels are stiff as boards. Mr. Potsdam has been taking this plastic plant joke too far. Bathtub. A thin layer of hair coats virtually every inch of the ceramic, and the rubber ducky has seen better days. Well, I'm out. So that's obviously her room, so I'm going to investigate this room closet. The door of the closet won't budge. Well, let's go visit her then. Wait, wasn't she just... Oh yeah, she's on her bed. I didn't see her at first. She looks a little creepy. Examine the furniture. She has nice taste. She has nice taste. Is that all you're gonna say to everything that she has in here? Well, let's talk.
Who are you? What are you doing in my room?
Haven't you heard? We're getting married.
So, you're the one. Steve, isn't it?
You mean you don't know me?
I mean, I don't know anyone. I don't remember anything. How many times do I have to say it?
Just one, Stephanie, because I can't remember a damn thing either.
Really? Oh God, I thought it was just me.
You're not alone. Can you tell me what's going on here?
Those people downstairs have locked me in my room. They say I'm grounded until the wedding.
Those people. Wedding, grounded, amnesia. So, wedding, grounded, amnesia. Wedding, grounded, amnesia. Try to remember these three, because I'm probably not going to. Wedding, grounded, amnesia. Let's start with those people.
They claim to be my parents. I can't dispute it because I can't remember for sure one way or the other, but it doesn't feel right.
I know what you mean. I don't belong here. Don't believe that I've got amnesia.
I believe you. Maybe some of these people believe you too. Maybe they're playing dumb.
Why?
Maybe they're responsible. Either way, something really weird is going on here. I've got to escape, and so do you. Because in a way, whether you know it or not, I think we're both grounded.
Grounded? Escape.
It's been hell. They treat me well, but they won't let me leave this room. Not even to go out in the yard. Not until the wedding.
They won't tell you why?
Each one blames the other for grounding me. They make up different excuses. Different things I did, none of which I remember. So I sit up here, watch the world outside my window, and listen to the noises in the house. Every morning, a weird boy comes to the house and picks up the paper. He doesn't deliver the paper. He picks up scrap paper that Miss Potsdam sets out on the porch for him. Some mornings she forgets, and the boy gets furious. He gives me the creeps.
Anything else you can tell me?
I hear these weird scraping sounds in the bathroom sometimes. Like something is sliding along the wall. Claws, maybe. And Mr. Potsdam. I don't like the way my dear daddy looks at me. Both of them are always watching me. But especially him.
You don't think they're dangerous, do you?
I think this whole place is dangerous. I think we've got to escape. Before it's too late.
Those are some disturbing accusations putting that one together. Alright, escape, wedding lodge. I guess I'll go wedding lodge in a second, but first escape.
Escape?
Harvest is a prison, Steve. Don't forget that. Of course I'm right.
Lodge, amnesia. Lodge, wedding, amnesia. I'll start with Lodge.
Everything in Harvest seems to revolve around this damned lodge, this Order of the Harvest Moon. They're responsible for this insane bake sale that's coming, and for the Harvest Blood Drive, too. When people talk about the lodge, it's always in this hushed, reverent tone. Mom keeps telling me that women can't join, but she keeps pressuring me to get you to join.
She's not the only one who wants me to sign on with the lodge.
That's probably the worst thing you could do.
You think the lodge is some kind of trap?
I think all of Harvest is a trap.
If that's true, maybe joining the lodge is the way out.
Look, why not explore the town a little? I can't get out of here, but if I could, that's what I'd do. Maybe you can figure out what's happening here without going anywhere near the lodge.
You're really afraid of the lodge, aren't you?
I look at that building, all lit up at night, and I get scared.
Exactly.
I mean, look at the damn thing. Seem like a harmless bunch of Masons to you?
Lodge, amnesia, wedding. Amnesia.
Maybe my amnesia isn't total after all. You're familiar to me. Like we've met before. In another life.
Maybe we really do live here. Maybe we were together, and the same thing happened to both of us. An accident. Something.
Neither of us has bumps on our heads, if that's what you're getting at.
Have you been able to remember anything else? Anything at all?
Well, I have had these recurring dreams. Just fragments, really. Strange, abstract images. Liquid, chrome.
Probably just a dream.
Well, have you thought about how to escape Harvest?
Wedding. Sure.
The wedding is only 3 weeks away. Not much time to get to know each other, is it? No,
If it comes down to it, we just won't take the vows.
I don't think anything in Harvest is that simple. Too many people are determined that we get hitched.
Why?
Potsdam wants the meat your father promised him. Your parents want to force you to settle down. Mrs. Potsdam wants to have the wedding in the lodge. Me? I just want to escape.
Bye.
Come back and visit me soon, okay?
But is she just doing a ploy herself, or I don't know. I will say this game is odd, but the oddness is definitely adding to the feature of a lot of this. Let's go on out. I don't think time travel is a plot element here. I feel like this place is artificial. That's my guess, but we'll see how it develops. It's just stylized like the 1950. That's my personal opinion, though. I don't actually know anything. Let's go to the abandoned house. That does look like an abandoned house. The old car is the perfect nesting grounds for wasps. Oh, this must be the house. Yep. We know who it's where now. The attic window is the perfect nesting ground for wasps. Is everything around here the perfect nesting ground for wasps? This place could sure use a gardener. So no one inside. She's kind of creepy just sitting there. Let's examine the icebox. The icebox is sealed shut with wasp nest. From the sound, these cabinets are infested with wasps. See the picture? A rather colorful picture of a wasp. She has a very severe obsession with wasp, it seems. A nest, a wasp nest, just all over the ground. You know what? Yeah, sure. Let's talk, Tetsuya Crumb.
It's not often that I get visitors.
Are you the wasp woman?
I am Tetsuya Crumb. The ignorant of Harvest call me the Wasp Woman. A pejorative, no doubt. born of fear and a poverty of imagination.
I don't understand.
The politics of honey, the Judeo-Christian rites of sacrifice and conventional taboos against unbridled pleasure are all responsible for the prejudice against wasps.
Honey, sacrifice, pleasure, wasp. You know, I'm actually just gonna finally go out of my way to open up a fucking text document to write down these words in, because there keeps on being keywords that I'm like, oh, I should probably remember these. So sure. Honey, sacrifice, pleasure, wasp. Alright, it is good. Let's discuss a little bit then. Let's start with honey, I guess.
The politics of honey are intertwined with the age-old struggle of the aesthetic versus the commercial. Because I choose to raise wasps instead of bees, I'm frowned upon by the community. Why? Well, raising bees is acceptable because they produce honey. But sometimes it's not what is produced, so much as what is performed.
I don't see any particular use for wasps.
Why must everything have a use? Is money always the determining factor? More slender, more aerodynamic than the bee, the wasp is a joy to behold. Beautiful and juicy. Isn't that enough to compensate for the little drawbacks? Regard the wasp. Wasps produce nothing for others, but only for themselves. Wasps build nests and more wasps, nothing more. They spread into eaves and attics, not to make honey for supermarkets, but to buzz and rustle on their own paper, perpetuating their own agenda, growing stealthily, surely, the most relentless of insects. Innocent children. What better way to describe the wasp? Carefree, wild, beautiful things. If they wish to share their love with babies, or any of the rest of you ignorant hicks, that is not my concern. Well, as you can see, the little darlings do love to sting. Another source of prejudice for the masses, and another reason to love them. Bees are like animals. They sting only for a reason, for sacrifice. They have no conception of individual sensation, of pleasure. When a bee stings, it rips itself apart and dies for its audacity. This appeals to those raised worshipping a god that demands sacrifice and atonement. But the wasp is promiscuous. They are not as sympathetic to the masses, because they don't die when they sting. They live to sting another day, and they take pleasure from it. Yes, a great deal of pleasure. The wasp is a sensual being, not a laborer, hedonistic instead of industrial. Some think them quick to anger. In truth, they are easily swayed to ecstasy. They penetrate your flesh, and the muscular contractions in their thorax as they pump venom could be likened to the muscular contractions of ejaculation. each painful welt an act of love.
So she's a huge sadist masochist. Okay, let's get going. If I have anything, I want to see how I use inventory stuff, but still though. Jar of Orlaboob, tampons, vitamins, cough medicine, I don't know,
I have all I need. Thanks.
What the fuck? No. Okay. That just happened. Aesthetic G. Was she just a giant bee? Oh, I can't do it again. She's kind of dead. I guess I'm leaving this room. I'm out of these parts. There's also two things that I'm going to do right now. Let's go upstairs. I forgot about something. He said when I picked up the tampons to talk to her about them. I remember that when I looked at my inventory.
Are you making some kind of point?
No. Aspirin?
Are you making some kind of point?
I guess not. I'm gonna do something as a science experiment. Okay, now before I do this, save my game in case this goes terribly, terribly south. Save. No. I guess we're not on the same plane, so I can't punch her. Exit. I guess the same is true of the dad. Oh. A giant mutant asparagus. What? Do I want him dead?
What were you thinking? Attacking someone like that? With so many witnesses around? You'll have plenty of time to think about it, boy.
Somebody help me! What do you people want from me?
Too late for that, boy. Ain't it, Sergeant?
Indeed it is, Sheriff. Answers may only be found in the lodge, and you must be alive to seek them.
Huh. Load game from... That was very extravagant for that, but still though. I guess we'll leave the house. How'd I go? Well, there's a lot of questions I have, but let's go to Johnson's residence, I guess. Yeah, Johnson's next. Examine the Tucker. During the day, Mr. Johnson keeps watching over his precious 48 Tucker. Just gun sounds. Can't even enter inside his house. I can just talk with him. Mr. Johnson erected an impenetrable fortress to protect his Tucker during the night. Guessing that he really likes his truck. The manhole cover is locked in place. A nasty stench drips up from the sewers below. I mean, I could probably enter the sewers from here. Hello, sir. I bet I could probably punch you, but let's first talk.
Hello, Steve. How's the husband-to-be?
Other than having no memory, I guess I'm all right.
All right? You should be ecstatic, considering what you're getting into, if you haven't gotten into it already. Speaking of which, I heard Stephanie was grounded. Her daddy's worried about getting his meat. Though if I were him, I'd be more concerned about Stephanie getting some meat.
Right. And you are?
You always were a kidder, Steve. I'm Mr. Johnson, remember? Glad you stopped by. Just got finished waxing the Tucker. I could use a little relaxation. But since Edna's not here, I might as well talk to you.
Oh dear. Well, I guess it's been an hour.